Okay, guys, I'm going to start the recording. I know that a lot of places in Texas are having really, really bad weather. So I'm going to try to keep this short also for that. And because my internet has kind of been shoddy all day because of the winds that we're having. So if for some reason you can't hear me, please let me know. If my internet says unstable, then I will kind of pause what I'm saying and go from there. So I'm excited today. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Enliven the Senses week that Scentsy has going on. It is a lot of fun things. And the number one thing that I can tell you that will help you is to tune in and plug into the Scentsy official webpage. Okay, that's there's two pages that Scentsy has that we should check often, is the Scentsy consultant page and the official Scentsy page. And I'll post the links in the comments. For the one I'm going to post here is the Scentsy. I'm going to post it in chat, so make sure you get it, because once we hang up, the chat will go away. The first one I just shared is going to be the Scentsy, the main Scentsy page. Okay, that's for anybody that can see that. Customers, invite your customers to watch that kind of stuff, to like their page. And as a matter of fact, they're doing a giveaway this week for International Fragrance Day. So today is International Fragrance Day, in case you didn't know it, in case you didn't see the posts. And Scentsy is doing a giveaway, and one winner will get, you see the picture, it's huge. They get a Scentsy warmer, a mini warmer, an air purifier, all 38 fragrances in our twin pod packs, and all 80 of our Scentsy bars from our spring catalog. I'm like, I want to win that. So all they have to do to enter is like the post, like that post that it is, comment, or like the Scentsy Facebook page, and then comment with what fragrance they can't live without. Okay. And then one winner will be chosen on March 28th. So that is exciting. So make sure. So one way that you can promote these things is that make sure that your customers are aware of the promotions and stuff that we have. So you can share this Scentsy page. You can share it on your social media. You can share it in your story. You can text it out to your customers if you want. But make sure that you get the word out, because then not only do they get a chance to win, but Scentsy captures all of their information that from, and they put it into like a database, and they separate them out by area. Okay. And so also, I don't want to confuse you, but basically they get you back all of your customers' information. So for an example, if you have somebody in your database, and I can't stress this enough, it's so important that when you enter an order, you get every single piece of information you can on your customers. All right. So you want name, full name, email address, home address, phone number, any notes that you can take on that customer. Make sure you're putting them in the contacts tab of your workstation, because what Scentsy does is that if that customer's information is in your workstation, they're deemed your customer. Now, I have multiple customers that support many consultants. And so, it kind of goes through a randomizer if it's with multiple consultants. I'm not 100% sure how all the logistics of that work, but I do know that Scentsy will give you all of the leads that you generate through these contests. So it's really important, even if it's not a customer, it's just a friend of yours. This is a good way for them to get introduced to Scentsy. So I can't stress enough how important it is to have your customers do these kind of giveaways, to vote when there's like voting for Bring Back My Bars, to vote for Bring Back My Buddy, any promotions that Scentsy has. It's really super important that your customers are getting involved in those things. Excuse me, my nose is running today. Okay, so enough about that. So make sure that you like the page, that you share that post, and that you, if you're not already, that you like the Scentsy Family Consultant page, which I will link next in the comments here, so that you can make sure and see that, because they have They have a lot of different things that go on in the consultant page as well. So let me post that link there. Oops, we have people join in still. All right. So there we go. So I posted that link for the Scentsy Family Consultant. So make sure you like both of those pages. All right. So that's number one in the Enliven the Senses week. Now, another thing that Scentsy has done for us is if you go to the marketing tab of your workstation, they have different prompts that you can share on your stories. You can share in your VIP group. You can share on your main Facebook page, however, but it's just to get people engaging. And that's the key, guys, engagement. So on social media, engaging with you in private messages, just all around, just engaging is so very important. And be authentic engagement. So, you don't want to just share flyer after flyer after flyer, because people don't like that. People are not attracted to that. But when you get them to think and engage, like for an example, what's your favorite? I forgot what the one was today. I should have done it. I should have looked, but whatever I posted on my story today was dun dun dun. Oh, did I not? Oh, there it is. Sorry, bear with me. What fragrance do you associate with your favorite childhood memory? Okay. And I was in a hurry. We've been traveling all weekend, but for tomorrow's prompt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put what my answer is in the little blurb on the bottom, because people want to get to know you also. It's not just about selling scented products. It's about getting to know you, building a relationship. I say it all the time. And so if they see what fragrance my childhood memory brings, then that will help them to relate to me. So things like that, you can ask, I don't know, whenever I'm at a Scentsy party, like an at-home party, and people are smelling fragrances, every time somebody's like, oh my gosh, this scent reminds me of whatever. And some of them are good memories, some of them are bad memories, but nonetheless, fragrance brings out memories in people. And so for me, that's what made me fall in love with doing home parties, was because I really enjoy that connection. And I love to hear people's stories about what brings fragrance into their life. So engage. And if you can't think of a prompt, or you're in a hurry like I was today, go to the marketing tab, and Scentsy has like 3 or 4 of them for you that you can share each day of the week. And make sure you're following up with these people, not just like, hey, we have this sale going on, but hey, I love that memory of you. Here's a memory that I have, or, just sharing. I mean, that goes without saying, but just sharing and being personable with them. All right. Another thing that you can do and share this week. So it's all about sharing and all about inspiring people through fragrance. And so if you didn't already know, Scentsy has a blog, which I'm also going to link to you so that you can. I'm going back to the homepage. I'm going to link it in the comments here also, is the Scentsy blog. Okay. This is great information. Not only is it great for your customers, but it is fantastic for yourself, because you're always going to get asked questions, right? The more you know, knowledge is power. The more you know, the better. So check out the blog. I get asked all the time. As a matter of fact, I just had a customer. She has been a longtime customer of mine. But she never buys wax. She's always bought cleaning products and Scentsy Fresh. Like, she loves the Scentsy Fresh. And she bought wax off of the clearance. This was prior to the flash sale, right? But when all the new clearance stuff came on, she bought something, and I think it was her first wax warmer. Well, I didn't even think to tell her, because she's been such a customer for so long. I didn't even think to tell her how to change the wax and, all the things about it. And so if that's you, or maybe you just assume people know how to deal with this wax situation, it's not the same as a candle. The wax does not evaporate. And there's a really good story on the Scentsy blog about why the wax doesn't evaporate. It's because we use paraffin wax, which evaporates at a very slow, it's very slow to evaporate. And it holds the fragrance very well, and it doesn't need a really strong flame to emit the fragrance. So that's why, that's what sets Scentsy apart from any other product or any other brand. That's what I was saying, brand, because it uses paraffin wax. And so it just uses the low watt light bulb to emit the fragrance, but the wax doesn't evaporate. So my customer that had just bought the wax, she calls me and she's like, how long does this scent last? Because it hasn't evaporated, but I don't really smell it much anymore. She'd had this on for like 4 weeks since, I don't know. Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks since the first clearance came out. And she was like, I don't really smell it anymore. And I said, oh, well, it's because the wax doesn't evaporate. So you have to either dump it out or get a cotton ball, or we have cotton cleanups you can use. And I felt stupid because I should have told her. I should have been mindful of that. So make sure your customers know this. So if you don't already have a VIP page on Facebook, or I don't know, whatever method you're using, I strongly recommend you getting a VIP page, putting your customers in there and provide value for them. When you offer value, they'll come see it. They'll come comment, they will participate, they'll engage, you'll engage. You get to know each other better. So sharing what the Scentsy blog has is a great way for you to help build your customers' knowledge and build your own knowledge. Okay. Like right now I'm just looking at on the blog, there's a beginner's guide to cleaning with Scentsy. So that'll help you expand your market. If you primarily have wax and warmer customers, look at that and help them to change over and buy a different type of product. So that's another resource that we have for you guys to share this week. So there's lots and lots and lots and lots of things to share. All right. Next is also on your workstation, there is a fragrance discovery guide. Okay. Also going to link it in the comments. You can go and type in the search fragrance discovery guide in the search of your workstation and check that out. But again, I can't stress enough that the more you know, the better you're going to be. It's just like anything, you know, you're going to get asked questions. You're not going to know the answer to everything, and that's okay. But but the more you can share, the more you can offer your customers, the better off your business is going to be in the long run. So on that fragrance discovery guide, it talks about the composition of the fragrance oils. What is fragrance? How long it lasts? How safe it is? What oils we use in it? The structure of the fragrance design. So one year at Scentsy Family Reunion, and my mom's here, but she's in the office, so I didn't put didn't have her log in because we'd have a lot of feedback. But were you there the year of Scentsy Family Reunion when we took the fragrance class and we learned about top notes, mid notes, base notes? Okay, so that was a really good class. And so in this fragrance discovery guide, you don't have to stand up if you don't want to. I will when I talk about SFR in a little bit. But anyway, in here it talks about the structure of our wax. So when you first put a wax bar in your warmer, it smells strong but that strongness doesn't last very long. That's because that's the top notes. Those are the first notes that you're going to smell. Those are going to be like your citrusy, your green, the crisp, fresh stuff like that. That's the first notes you're going to smell. Then after it's been in there for a while, you get to the mid notes, and that's going to be like your floral notes, your fruity notes, maybe the spice. Okay. And then after a little bit longer, it's going to get the base notes, and that's going to be the musky, the wood, that kind of note that's going to come out. And so there's different notes. So if you take a scent bar, I always do this, you guys, ever since I took that fragrance class at SFR. So when you're smelling a bar, I just put a lotion on my hands. I can't open it. Okay. So I smell it here on the top. So if you have a Scentsy bar, go do this right now. So you smell it on the top. Okay. And then carefully take it out from the clamshell and smell the bottom. It smells different. because you're smelling here, what you're smelling here on the top is your top notes. And then what you smell on the bottom is your base notes. Okay. So if you really want to know what a fragrance is really going to smell like, you're going to smell the bottom. Okay. So that's something else you can teach your customers. And I do that every single time. Every time I get a new fragrance, I always flip it over and smell the bottom. So anyway, you can go in and read this document, but here's it. All these things are available for you to learn about and to have. And I also want you to know that these resources are available for you in the workstation. Okay. The next thing that it talks about is how to share through the week, and how you can make the most of this week is sharing your own experiences, not just through the prompts about how fragrance has affected you and what memories it brings to you, but actually sharing pictures of you smelling the scent, maybe going live and sharing what I just shared with you about the top, the mid, and the base notes, maybe going live doing that. There's a lot of different ways that you can share, but sharing your face, your house, your experience. Go through and do like a Wax Wednesday where you're changing the wax in your warmers, and go live, or do a TikTok or an Instagram reel or whatever. Or if you're cleaning the house and you're using your counter clean, go in and share that. That's something you really should be doing on a daily basis, or definitely for sure weekly basis, because the more people see you using it in their everyday life, the more they're going to start ordering. And that's how I sell a lot of Scentsy Fresh and counter clean, because I share a lot of that stuff in my VIP page. So also Scentsy has a guide on how to help you style and photograph and lighting and all that kind of stuff to help it be more aesthetically pleasing to your customers. So that's also available. I will link you to that, or you can go into your workstation and just type in photograph Scentsy or something. I don't know how to style and photograph Scentsy, but I'm linking you to that as well. All right. Another resource that is available to you is attraction marketing. So this is becoming more and more important in our everyday social media lives. So there's a difference between just marketing and sharing flyers than to attraction marketing. You need to know, who are you marketing to? Are you marketing to new moms? Are you marketing to teenagers? Are you marketing to middle-aged people? Are you marketing it to retired? Are you marketing it to teachers? I mean, who is your prime market? Who do you want to target? And that's different for everybody, right? I'm not going to attract the teenagers because that's not me. I'm sharing children. I'm sharing sports. I'm sharing, who is my audience is very different than some of yours, and vice versa. So this attraction marketing guide is phenomenal. And I really would love for you guys to spend some time and check it out. Again, once again, I'm linking it to you on the bottom. Justice says Scentsy training events on the workstation. Yes. Thank you, Justice. So every Tuesday, Scentsy has live training every Tuesday. And I realize that a lot of you guys work and can't do that. That's fine. They are all recorded and posted in the workstation, but on the live calls, they do giveaways. So I've won a couple of times being on those calls. And that's always like business supplies. Sometimes they give away product, whatever, but it is very good training. So anyway, back to the attraction marketing guide is really good if you spend time to fill it out. There's even a video on understanding why you need to determine who your market is to. And then there is a attraction marketing worksheet for you to fill out. So it kind of helps you to pinpoint and make a business plan about who exactly you're marketing to. So once again, I linked you to that in the comments. And if you're like me, I am not a writer. I do not like to write. I say I'm not creative. I am, but in different ways. So when I'm creative in my mind, but then when I try to have to put it to paper or on social media, it takes me forever to come up with what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it. So there's also a writing for social media that they have available. Another thing to help us this week to get through this International Fragrance Week, or International Fragrance Day, and Enliven the Senses Week. So that was the last little blurb I wanted to share with you there. Anybody else have, well, real quick, before I do that, I want you to be thinking. So if you guys, I'd love to have you share if there's anything that you're doing to help the sales this week and to help with your promotion and engagement. I would love to hear. But while you're thinking about that, I also want to share that when you're just sharing like, oh, 10 bars for $45 or 5-cent packs for this, sometimes people are just like, oh, that's cool. And then they don't take action. The way that you will get their sale almost every single time is by sharing special bundles. And I'm primarily talking about wax bundles. You can do this with anything, but I'm primarily talking about wax bundles. Is if you share, like, for example, St. Patrick's Day just passed, you share a green scent pack or a green Scentsy wax bundle that takes the thinking out of it for people, right? So you can share, you can share a spring 6-pack. Every time I share those things, people are like, yep, sign me up. They don't even care what fragrances are in it. It just, they look cute, they're pretty, or they, oh yes, I want my house to smell like spring. Or you can do like, Crystal's top 10 picks, and you can just pick your top 10. You can do all of the new, there's 10 new fragrances that came out in spring. You can share that. But if you already share, or you can do like scent mixers, I can share. I think I've shared them. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure there is in our albums, in our Scented Synergy page and albums. I'm pretty sure that there is some scent mixers where you can mix a couple of scents together and make something different. You can even go into your VIP page and have fun and say, hey, whoever, we're going to have a mixing contest. Whoever has the best mix will get a little goodie from me in the mail. Make it fun for your customers and have them mix and share. But when you take the thought out of it for them, because they're looking at a catalog, most likely, they've only smelled the scents that they've had before. We're not, you're probably not getting in front of their face because COVID still, it's better, right? But people are still kind of, I don't want to gather too much. And so it's a little harder for us to just, they used to be, they would know what they wanted. At a home party, I would have them smell all the scents. They would write down on a wish list. I'd keep the wish list, or they would keep it. And they already knew what fragrances they like. So now it's different, but I like it better because then they're trying more scents. They're experiencing more. And 9 times out of 10, they love them. So, and if they don't, I always tell them to try to just gift it to somebody that would like it then. So be creative, and there's lots of ways that you can share. Another thing that is really helpful is like, people love to see your face. They love to see your face. So if you have 10 bars, I only have 3 here or 4, but take a picture and be like 10 bars. You can put a little saying and show the bars, show how colorful they are, whatever. But that sells way more than just writing that, it's 10 bars for $45 or putting it out on a flyer. Yesterday in my stories, we were driving back from Albuquerque and I made like a little video put to sound, and I shared it to my stories, and I've had great response from that. So there's a lot of things you can do. Be creative and spend a little time, have some fun, take advantage of what Scentsy has to offer, and take advantage of just using your creative self to do something. So with that being said, anyone want to share any ideas that you have that works for you in things like this? And if you aren't in a position to talk, you're welcome to type it in the chat, and I will talk it for you. So, all right, I'm going to move on. If you think of something or you want to butt in later, just unmute yourself and you can speak away. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is I'm moving on from Enliven the Senses week, and I wanted to talk about Scentsy Family Reunion. Okay, so nobody on here on the computer has been. My mom has been. So Mom, you want to grab a chair, or what do you want to do? Okay, she's gonna stand. I think you can stand like that. Stand back there. You're good. Okay, so I wanted her to talk a little bit about Scentsy Family Reunion and what it means for her. Because registration opened in case you didn't already see it, opened on March 15th, and it stays open until April the 30th, or until it sells out. And there is a possibility this year that it will sell out. So if you are on the fence about it, I suggest you don't wait too long, maybe next payday, because I have a feeling at payday it might get kind of full. Right now it seemed to be okay, but you just never know from one day to the next. But there's two options. So it's June 23rd through the 25th, and it's in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's $300 in person or $150 for virtual. And they do for the price, you can't beat it. There's giveaways galore. If you haven't seen the video that I put together, I shared it. I'll bump it up again in the Scented Synergy group, but I shared a bunch of pictures of just the fun that we have. And there is almost after every session in the past, there has been giveaways, and they're good, and they're always new products. So it's fun because you get your hands on it before anybody else can get it, or before it even comes out. So that's even funner. Also, typically consultants that attend, they have higher PRV, they sponsor more team members, and they have a more sustainable business in the long run. So I can't stress enough that it will definitely boost your business to the next level. I know it is an expense, but you know what? It is a expense that will pay for itself. It is 100,000 times worth it. You meet a ton of people. I personally have met some of my very best friends through going to Scentsy Family Reunion, and sadly, some of the other people that have been are not on the call right now, but I can tell you there has been very deep connections within our group from people that have gone to Scentsy Family Reunion, and they've roomed together, not knowing each other at all. And they're constantly, they're the very, very best of friends. So it's not just me, it's everybody. And there also will be a Scentsy Family store there on location, so you can see all the new business supplies. You have an opportunity to purchase them and take them home with you. And I like it because I see something online and I'm like, I don't know, I want to hold it and feel it and touch it and look at it. So having a store is really nice so that you can get an idea of what you want for your business supplies. And also there's always a fitness activity. So it used to always be a 5K where we do a 5K walk, fun run type of thing. And that was always a lot of fun. But the last in-person event that we had was in Austin, Texas. And they brought the fitness marshal. I'm not sure if you guys have seen him on Instagram. He is amazing. He's very, very popular. And he will give us an hour workout. And it is so much fun. And not only did we get a workout, we laughed. So we got a bigger workout. So I'm going to have my mom sit here for a minute. And I want her to tell you her experience with Scentsy Family Reunion from a different perspective. Not just, I talk about what it's done for my business, but my mom, and there's several other of our team members that have the very similar testimony about what it's done just for them personally. So I'm going to switch with my mommy for a minute. And I'm in my pajamas, so excuse I never got out of pajamas today.
There we go.
All right.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Luli.
How's everything going?
Very good.
Good. Okay.
Okay. So the first time I went to Scentsy Family Reunion, I was not a Scentsy consultant at all. I went with Kelly as a guest, and I think I did that for 3 years. And it helped me to kind of tag along with Kelly, but I can't say that it helped me grow. But then when I did join, things kind of opened up, and I was still working at the time. Even though I had a high position in the company that I was with, I'm a very introverted person, and I don't go out and meet people very well. So the first Scentsy Family Reunion that I went to, I did some training classes, and it helped me learn a little bit more about Scentsy, but it also helped me not become the introverted person so much. It helped me to go out and be able to walk up to somebody, not with Kelly by my side, but by myself, to walk up to people and introduce myself and find out about them. And it showed me how to come out of my shell. And it even helped me at work, because then when my company that I work for began to grow really fast, I had to go in and meet new managers and general managers and salesmen. And it helped me not to be afraid to go up and start talking to somebody that I did not know. So that helped me tremendously. And then the other thing is, it is the connections. There's so many connections that I've made, not with Kelly's help, but with people while I was waiting to go in for a training, that I was there by myself, and it helped me to meet friends. And then every year we reconnect when we would have Scentsy Family Reunion. I've really missed it the last 2 years, because the virtual, to me, you don't have that close knit connection with everybody. It's kind of face to face, and it was really helps me to be out and meet everybody and find out, how they're doing and how their families are doing. And then also you get tips that you wouldn't even think about from, trying in your own business. So it's a good way to help you with your business, but it's even a better way for me to help me personally with coming out of my little shell.
And then one other thing is that the motivational like the
Oh,
guest speakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guest speakers that they have are always very motivational, and they just to hear their stories and what they've come from. And these aren't people that are with Scentsy. These are just people outside of Scentsy, and how their life struggles and how they've overcome things. And it just, you look at yourself and you think, oh, you have so many troubles. But then you listen to the motivational speakers speech. And there was one guy one year that he didn't have, I don't think he had arms either. I don't think he had arms or legs. He didn't have arms or legs. And they came out and they set him on this table, and he could walk back and forth because he had feet just on stubs, and he would walk across this table. And just to hear his story, it was just phenomenal. And you think, oh, and I think I have trouble. And you see this man and what he's accomplished with no limbs. And it was just, I even got goosebumps now.
Mhm.
And that's the one that really sticks in my head quite a bit, was just everything that he overcame, and he had done so well to learn how to support himself through the years. So
yeah, the motivational speakers are amazing. So, I mean, that's not just going to help you in your business, but it's so good for your personal development too. So
very uplifting.
It is very uplifting. And I can't stress enough. And honestly, I meant to ask this question prior to today, but I'm not sure that the virtual option is going to have the guest speakers. I looked at the FAQ and it doesn't look like it. So virtual, if that's all you can do, that's a great way. But if you can swing going in person, I mean, it is 1,000% worth it. And then they have entertainment too. So they have like an awards night.
Mhm.
They have singers, and because sometimes they've had comedians. I mean, it is just a really good time. And if you're like me and just, I love my kids dearly, but it's always nice to get away. It is a nice little vacation. It's a nice little girls trip.
There's one lady that always leaves, I think it's Austin, around the Austin area, and her and her first roommate that she didn't know when she went to her first Scentsy Family Reunion. Every year now, they continually room together, and they become very good friends, and they don't live in the same city.
Mhm.
But every year they would meet up and just catch up where they left off the last year. So
yeah, it's a great way.
yeah,
So anyway, okay, we're gonna switch one more time. We're playing the switcheroo. All right, the last thing, and if you guys have questions, let me know. The last thing that I wanted to chat with you guys about was the Scentsy Opportunity Night. All right, so that is coming this Wednesday at 6:30 Mountain Time. Okay, so that's 6:30 Mountain Time. That is Scentsy is putting this on. So an opportunity night, what this is, it's a great way for you is we still have the $25 join special for the rest of the month, only what, like 10 days left of the month to be able to promote this special. And so maybe you've been talking to people already, maybe you've planted the seed, but they haven't said yes. Or maybe you haven't planted the seed and you've been kind of shy, you don't know what to say. This is a perfect opportunity for you to invite them to this opportunity night. They're going to show inside of the home office. They're going to have just a little bit about what Scentsy is. It is going to be a fantastic event. So what you want to do is you want to invite your people to get on. It's going to be through Zoom. The link is on your workstation. And you know what? I want to link you to it. I don't have it like accessible right here, but I'm going to link you to it because I think it's that important. I want to make sure you find it. But this is a great way. It could just be a conversation starter for you. So let's just say that you haven't mentioned the opportunity to somebody that you've been wanting to, you've been a little shy. A perfect way is you could say, hey, so-and-so, Scentsy is having an opportunity night, and I would love for you to come and see what it's all about and why I love Scentsy so much. That's it. It's that easy. And then send them the link. But then to go a step further, so let's just say you do that today or tomorrow, then on Wednesday, right before the call, make sure you write down who all you've invited. And right before the call, then remind them, hey, so-and-so, I'm just wanting to remind you that we're going to hop on this call tonight. I would love to hear what you think, and I'll check back with you after the call. Okay. Because we all get busy. Sometimes they forget. I forget things that people invite me to. So it's really important that you follow up with them. Sorry, that was rude. Okay. I didn't mean to yawn. Okay. Here's the link. I'm posting it in the comments. Here we go. And action. Okay. So, I'm going to challenge you guys to invite at least 10 people to this call. Try to get at least 5 on. So invite at least 10 and get at least 5 on. So if you've invited 10 and only 4 have said yes, then try to invite a few more so you can get at least 5 people on the call. Okay. And then remember, follow up with them afterwards. Follow up with them before, make sure that you give them the link again, so it's easily accessible. They just click the link. And then when it's over, follow up with them again. Now, me personally, I will not be on the call. I have a meeting at the exact same time. So I will not be on the call, but I'm still inviting people to be on the call. And then I will follow up with them that night. So if you personally can't be on, don't let that stop you from inviting people. You do not have to be on to invite people. Okay. So that is all I have for tonight. Are there any questions or anything else that you want to talk about? All right. Well, I hope you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you guys next Monday. Bye.